This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's talk about another blonde strutting around town. It's Jeff Jarrett. Why is Jeff the right first opponent, like for a real program? Because you know that Jeff is a capable in-ring performer and he can get heat and et cetera, or is there another approach?
No, it's Jeff's temperament and Jeff being able to take someone, slow them down, teach them a little bit of psychology, and set the pace for the match. Ahmed had a tendency to rush through things and go 9 million miles a minute, which would have been fine back in the olden days of TV wrestling, where you go out and you have 2-minute matches and things of that nature. But the idea about putting Jeff with Ahmed was so that Ahmed could learn, and you could have someone that would be a general in the ring and be able to lead Ahmed through it.
Let's mention that before 95 is over, Ahmed's going to win the USWA title from Jerry Lawler and then drop it to Jeff Jarrett. Obviously there's a big working relationship here with USWA and the WWF, but by Rumble 96, we've got Ahmed taking part in his first singles pay-per-view match. And it's of course against Jeff Jarrett. They go 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Ahmed wins by DQ. But Meltzer would be pretty critical of his in-ring work. He says, Johnson is really green. The transitions from spot to spot were weak. Jarrett tried to carry it, but it's hard when nobody buys Johnson being in trouble because he's so physically impressive and doesn't know how to sell to overcome the impressive size. After a sidewalk slam, Johnson did a dive over the top rope and crashed into the guardrail in the process. Johnson then did a full somersault splash off the top and missed, selling the knee. Jarrett used the figure 4, but Johnson reversed it. He tried it a second time, but Johnson kicked him out of the ring. Jarrett came in with a guitar and came off the top rope, smashing it on Johnson's head for the DQ, and the guitar shot sounded great. Johnson kneeled over from the shot, but recovered before Jarrett was back in the dressing room, and he got up and ran after him, but never caught him. So, star and a quarter. But it is interesting to see sort of Meltzer's opinion here that, hey, nobody's buying that he's in danger because he looks so great physically. And of course he's saying that, well, he probably doesn't really know how to sell yet either. Is that a fair assessment? That he's such a jack dude, it's hard to believe that he's getting beat up?
Well, Ahmed, again, he did look great, and he did look like it was hard to beat him up, and he did look like somebody that was very difficult to get any heat on. But a lot of that comes back to timing, and learning. So we knew what we had. We knew that we had someone green, and we knew we had someone that needed development. So this was, a time where it's like, okay, he's going to have to slow down. Each and every night was a learning experience for him. And each and every night you had to just, okay, we're going to work on this tonight. We're going to work on this tomorrow night. We're going to work on this next week, and continue to let him grow if he had the capability to grow.
What do you think of him taking these chances? Doing the dive and crashing into the guardrail, the somersault splash. That's a big fella to be doing all of this. It feels like somebody in the back would have been saying, whoa, 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 big fella.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that's not real crazy about that. Especially, I'm not sure that Ahmed had a lot of experience doing those things and just figured, well, hell, I can do it. Let me go do it. Not necessarily knowing how to do it. So again, man, it's like you see that and your mind tries to compute it and go, well, hell, maybe that doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. And, it didn't. And then Ahmed crashed and burned where it looked like it should have killed him, but it didn't. Didn't know how to sell that either.
Let's mention, he's got a match scheduled for In Your House in the Louisville Gardens. He's supposed to wrestle Jeff Jarrett, but Jarrett gets hurt the night before in a match against Ahmed for the USWA, where he did the dive and his back locked up and he couldn't continue. Is this a worry when you've got sort of cross-promotional things going on that guys could get hurt? I mean, now you can't deliver on a pay-per-view match, and it's essentially because you were trying to help a guy and do a favor, right?
From day one, I think that's something that has always been a concern. That's, again, you invest in talent and then you loan them out to someone else. You don't have the same rings, you don't have the same equipment, you don't necessarily know who they're working with a lot of times. This case, not the case, but it's still, it's dangerous. And if horrible to say, but if someone is going to get injured, at least get injured on your time in some place where you hopefully can do everything you can to prevent that in advance. And in independence and outside of our jurisdiction, that's difficult to do.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.